My name's Clare Maxim and I'm rector of Ludgershall and Faberstown, which is a benefice on the edge of Salisbury Plain in Salisbury Diocese. I was at Germinate this morning talking about the use of discipleship resources in my particular context, and although people may have expected a paean of praise for the available resources, what they got was, I hope, a fairly honest account of how they actually worked in practice.
And that honesty came through in the humour, which everybody appreciated. Some of the things that you mentioned, not least the Priestess of Stonehenge, which created a titter.
Ah, yes, the High Priestess of Stonehenge. I don't see why a rural dean wouldn't refer to herself that way. I'm not the rural dean, by the way, but I think she should.
Humour's really important, though, isn't it?
Yes.
And it can get you through some difficult challenges as well, can't it?
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to giggle my way through a funeral, for example, but I find it helps people to relax if they realise that they are allowed to find things funny. You know, the fact that we might smile and actually chuckle in church. There is a ch in both of them, after all, and I think we should be allowed to. I'm sure that Jesus probably smiled about things, if not downright laughed. He was human.
Absolutely. What was the thrust of your message? What were you trying to convey in that storytelling that you were bringing this morning?
I think what I was trying to say was that although some resources are wonderfully thought through by very able people, everybody works out of their own experience. And of course, not everybody can experience everywhere. So things that might work incredibly well for one context can totally flop in another, and vice versa. So that's what I was trying to say, that just because somebody down the road says, this is fantastic, it's brilliant, it'll work really well, it might not. And just because you're there going, this is the best thing since sliced bread, that might not be so good either in a different place.
So to develop contextual sensitivity, is it about embedding yourself in that community first, listening, not making assumptions? How do you go about ensuring you get that right?
Oh, that's a really long and difficult question, that is. I like that. I'm lucky in being Church of England because, of course, we think in terms of place, we think in terms of parish. And so I've been in my parish for 2.5 years now. And I find the best thing I can do is shut up and listen. Hear people's stories, hear the story of the place, hear how it's developed, because everybody who's there has a story. Sometimes it only touches in the last 5 minutes with the place, sometimes it touches for 500 years. So part of my job, as I see it, is to listen and hear that. In fact, I really wish that there was a microchip that rectors passed down the line so that I could inherit all that knowledge of my predecessors. It would be a great thing.
One of the common threads that came through a lot of the speakers this morning was not to despise the small beginnings and to recognise that small communities in deep relationship with each other and mission absolutely go hand in hand. Totally. I would so support that as an idea, because, I mean, Jesus started out, we tend to think of Jesus as starting out with 12 disciples. Well, he didn't. He had to find his disciples. He had to go and call them, and sometimes one or two of them turned up because their brothers got involved. And Mary and Martha, of course, with Lazarus, gosh, can't speak now, came, and they joined because of the relationships. And so actually those small units, that tend to be what it comes down to. Even in the huge churches, everybody needs a relationship with other people as well as with God. So yeah, those small beginnings are absolutely where it's at. And what have you got out of the conference so far here? What motivated and attracted you to come here in the first place?
Well, the simple answer is because I came to the last one 2 years ago and got a lot from that. But I think knowing that there's a lot of wisdom in the room, I'm loving the fact that during the sessions there isn't an opportunity to ask the speakers questions, but there's space to go and find them afterwards and go and say, what did you mean by this? And then to fall into conversations with people and find out what people are doing in their patch. Get the good ideas, discover that, go home, try them, discover that, yeah, that brilliant idea there actually does work brilliantly in my patch as well. That brilliant idea, not so much. And people think that thing that I'm doing that doesn't seem to me to be anything special is the best thing since sliced bread. So yeah, sharing the ideas, meeting the people.
And the enthusiasm here is infectious,
isn't it?
Oh,
totally. Yeah, I'm going home really bouncy. It's really good.